Welcome to Bloom with Tina and Kelsey. In today's episode, we explore the beautiful and complex journey of pregnancy and the incredible world of babies. We will dive deep into the highs, lows, and everything in between. We'll be sharing our own stories, some lighthearted and some of deep perseverance and hope. Tina will reflect on a profound chapter of her life, her journey to getting pregnant with triplets after 5 long years of infertility. She'll take you through the emotional roller coaster of undergoing 5 rounds of in-vitro fertilization, the hurdles she faced, and the unexpected joys that blossomed from this journey. Join us as we celebrate the strength of motherhood, sharing empowering stories and supporting one another in the beautiful chaos that is pregnancy and parenting. Whether you're expecting, hoping to conceive, or just curious about the wonders of new life, there's something here for everyone. Let's bloom together. Hey everybody, welcome back to Bloom with Tina and Kelsey. We were just sitting here chatting and wanted to, talk a little bit about babies, pregnancy, childbirth.
Oh my.
We might not get into the details of that part, but
Kelsey just said she did not realize she was pregnant until she was 8 weeks along.
Yeah, it was my first. How do you know?
Well, I guess if your periods are regular, I had polycystic ovaries, so mine were irregular. So if it went 8 weeks and I was married, then.
So the funny thing is, this is actually fun. I was working at the bank at the time, and one of my tellers, I was teller supervisor, one of my tellers was making a joke about me being pregnant, and I got so mad at her because I was trying to become a brand manager.
Yeah.
And she knew, everybody knew this is what I wanted. I'm trying to, move my way up. And I got so mad at her. Do not ever say that again. I'm trying to get promoted here, and the last thing I need is pregnant. Goodness gracious. She knew before I did. She knew. Because I was more irritable than normal.
Okay.
And was feeling sick. She knew. And she was older than me. So I think she just knew more than I did about, she just had that intuition factor.
Yeah.
That I really hadn't grown into yet.
Yeah.
So, and then I was feeling really sick one day. And couldn't move off the couch sick. On what prompted me to take a test? Triplet did know. I shocked it. I just woke him up one morning and told him I was pregnant. And he didn't even know I was testing to see if I was pregnant.
So were you trying?
No. But we also were not trying. Yeah, we were trying. We were at that point that we were like, whatever happens, happens. I was supposed to fly to see my family in Ohio from Chicago and missed my flight because I was in the ER. I was having a miscarriage. Sorry, but I didn't. Thing I hadn't even been to my first doctor appointment yet since I knew I was pregnant, and I started. And when it's at the hospital, PC missed my flight. So that's how my family found out I was pregnant first. I didn't tell them until I got there. I think I had to tell my mom. She was really worried. In time. I knew. As soon as you walked into the house and you didn't open a beer. I knew. Like who goes to
Brother.
who goes to Athens for homecoming? And
Right.
doesn't grab a beer when
That's a good sign.
So,
Well, Jeff and I tried to we tried to have a baby. I believe it was about 6 months after we got married, just because I had a feeling that it was gonna be rough. Polycystic ovaries and endometriosis issues from the time when I was 12 years old. So lots of scar tissue, a lot of adhesions, lots of pain. It goes way back, but I had a laparoscopy first, a scope to look at the outside of all of your organs. Went to the doctor and studied the clonal pills, and that didn't work. I was on enough clonid for someone who weighed 250 pounds, and I weighed 110 at the time. So, and Clonid is a pill. A pill that is supposed to grow mature, healthy eggs. And then you, hopefully one of those eggs matures enough during your cycle, gets released, and then gets fertilized by the sperm. And so that did work. And then after clone we went right to the shots for, and then the 5 years of infertility treatments. So we did 5 different in-vitro before it actually, the one in-vitro each year. And but the thing is with infertility, it's all a recipe. And that's what our doctor kept explaining to us, is that you need a little bit of this, a lot of that, and oh my gosh, Kelsey, I remember counting the year that I did get pregnant. It was 278 injections in 1 year. Yeah. But yeah, so finally, and each in vitro, we put in 3 embryos, fertilized embryos, but it just never worked. So then that 5th in vitro, our doc gave us 5 minutes to decide if we wanted to put in more than 3. So we actually put in 4 embryos. Yeah. So Jeff and I stepped out the room, and I remember we just put our hand behind our back, and I was going to count to 3, and on 3, we were going to have how many how many embryos we should put in. So then it was like, we both had 4. So we actually put in 4 embryos with this. And then, we did the yes, of the fertilized egg. They put in 4, and then they got my blood work, say 2 weeks later, and here my blood work was so high that they said, oh, more than likely you're having twins. But don't forget, put in more embryos than just 2. And I took a test. I took a pregnancy test, and it was actually high. But I didn't believe it, because with 5 years of infertility, missing periods, with the polycystic ovaries and all that, you don't know what's because is it the progesterone we're taking that's anyway, it's like what? But anyway, I actually took a pregnancy test and it was positive. And I still have that pregnancy test. So, but anyway, I still do it. And then so then I think a week or two after finding out that the pregnancy was positive, test was positive, and then my blood level was like 800. When with one baby, the it should have been with your HCG, it should have been around 200, right? Mine would be. And then so like a week or two later, we left for an ultrasound, and it was here they were running heart beats. So then I get the pictures of these heartbeats, and I remember stopping at work. I worked as a nurse in med-surg ICU at the time, and showing like the nurse manager and then our assistant, and then a couple of the nurses, and it's like I got called.
So, okay, back up though. What goes through your head? Like, you were getting the ultrasound done.
Yeah.
Jeff was with you, I assume.
Yes. And there were 3 heartbeats.
So, like, what goes through your mind?
And it's disbelief. It's like, you can't believe it. You just cannot believe it. After 5 years of this huge ass roller coaster of ups and downs and ups and downs, and you're on the shots and the emotions and your mental state, and time and time and time again, it's negative. It's like, it's like can't believe it. And then I just remember calling my mom and just saying, she's like, so did you get the results? And I'm like, yeah, I'm pregnant, She's like, well, how many are there? and she's like, is there one? Yeah. Keep guessing. 2? Yeah. 3? Yeah.
Yeah.
And is there 4? No. She's like, you're kidding. But they're all excited.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I remember taking the ultrasound picture over to Jeff's parents and showing her his mom and dad, and they were very excited, but at the same time, we were warned by our fertility doc, because I'm only 4'10" and 3/4.
Yeah.
And weighing 110 pounds when I got pregnant. I'm a little petite thing.
Are you ready to elevate your health and wellness journey? Join me, Tina Baden, as we explore the transformative world of Plexus, a health and wellness business that's changing lives one person at a time. Plexus offers such a diverse range of products that cater to your unique health goals. Whether you're looking to manage your weight, improve gut health, boost your energy, or find the perfect nutrition for your kids. With an emphasis on natural ingredients and holistic wellness, Plexus empowers you to take charge of your health journey. Are you ready to take the first step? I invite you to connect with me. Head over to my website and fill out my health questionnaire for a personalized solution crafted just for you. Let's embark on this exciting journey to better health together. Your best self awaits.
But the thing is, my pregnancy was great. Yeah, it was great. I wasn't hardly sick. I was big. Yeah. And then I just went into premature labor at 6 months. So they were born at 26 weeks. 2 boys and a girl. They weighed 1 pound 14 ounces. 1 pound 11 ounces. They're 1 ounce. And then they were in the hospital 3 months, 4 months of pounds. That's Tyler, Duran, Jessica right there.
That is, that's a lot.
Yeah. Oh, that's a lot. So how long were you in the cruise? 3 months. Jessica, who actually weighed 1 pound 7 ounces, was in 3 months. Troy weighed 111. He was in for 4 months, and then Tyler was in for 5 months. He actually weighed the most, but they all had no headwinds. It was all the boys both had bowel issues, and then Jessica had heart surgery. So, lots, and we took up one wall of the NICU where they were each in their separate incubator. I mean, looking back, it was like there was always somebody that was not really well. There was always some little baby that was not doing well at all, actually. Yeah, there were two that were doing okay. I was working at the hospital where they were born. I was working at the hospital, and then Jeff was actually working 5 minutes away. Yet we lived an hour away from the hospital. So, we pretty much just kept driving back and forth every day, back and forth from the hospital. And then it was so hard because when you have a baby in the neonatal ICU, at that time, we weren't holding them. I didn't even hold a baby until a month old. And it was Jessica. And even then, she weighed like 2 pounds something. Yeah. But she was 4 weeks old. And it wasn't even holding a baby. I mean, they had a bath blanket in my arms, and they put Jessica's tiny little baby body in the bath blanket, and then it wasn't like this. It wasn't the cat, like, yeah, they call that kangaroo care. But we did do that, but it wasn't until after the bath, till 12 weeks. So, and I think actually Jeff was the first to move the kangaroo care with one of the babies. So it was different. And so there was no bond with the babies. And we were like going to the hospital to go visit with the nurses and seeing the nurses and talk to the nurses because you really can't do much when your babies are in there because you're not supposed to touch them much, because if you touch them, then that gets their heart rates up, that gets them stressed out when the babies are working hard enough to breathe. And I remember the first time putting my hand on Jessica, and the nurse is like, just keep your hands still, hold her head and put your hand on her body, but don't like pet her. Yeah. Because every time you actually lay touch, then that would increase their heart rate, increase their respiratory rate, and make them work harder. So it's like you just put your hands in there and just touch them, but don't move. And then their skin is so fragile too. Yeah, that's why even when they were, say, 2.5, 3 years old, we did another in vitro, with frozen embryos that were left over from this batch of embryos. And out of the 6 we had, 1 survived the find out process of them in vitro one. And at that time, what we wanted, was to have another baby, of course, but we didn't have that bonding experience with a baby, and we didn't have a normal pregnancy. Right? And that's what Jeff really wanted, was just to have a normal pregnancy and to bond the baby when it went. That's what we did.
Are you feeling ready for a change? At Apricity Financial Planning, we help women who are stepping into a new season of life and want to make intentional financial choices that support their goals. Whether you're exploring a career shift, navigating a big life transition, or simply looking to align your money with what truly matters to you, we're here to help. At Apricity, we believe financial planning isn't just about numbers. It's about creating the life you envision with clarity and confidence. If you're ready to take the next step toward your future that feels aligned and purposeful, visit apricityfp.com to learn more or reach out directly. Let's chart your path forward together.
I actually went back to work when they were still in the NICU 5 weeks after they were born. But when I did go back to work, I went back and worked like 20 hours a week. And they came home one at a time. So, no.
How does that work?
How does that work? That's when you call your mother.
I know, but like
your mother.
did you take time off with one parent?
Really?
Like your maternity leave to bond with the baby. Did you get anything like that? When you took time away from work, maybe just stay home with them, let's say.
No, because when you work contingent hours, you have to work 16 hours a month.
Okay.
But when I went back, I was working like, I mean, yeah, that's probably what I did do, is 16 hours a month.
Okay.
And time went on that I worked more.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my parents came over and then that ladies from our church that we won't learn how to. It was nice.
Yeah.
It was all good.
Yeah.
Those were the days.
Oh goodness, those were some type of days, I'm sure.
Those were the days. Any other baby exciting stories?
Big exciting stories.
Seven.
Oh, exciting baby stories. Goodness. Oh, no. I mean, so you have three and I have three, but obviously my three were all very individual.
Did you ever want to try for another girl? Before a girl?
No, I had zero desire
You have a girl?
not to have a girl, but like, I don't know. I always got so annoyed with people assuming that I wanted a girl because I did not care at any one point for any of the three pregnancies at all. Actually, by the third one, I was like, I really hope it's a boy because I'm so sick and tired of people. Like, I don't even want people's reaction of, oh, you finally got your girl, because that would just drive me crazy. And I just want my boy, then they're great. And I'm so happy that my boys.
And that's why God gave you boys.
That's why I got my boys.
You know what's funny is I always thought, I always wanted to have four.
Okay.
And I always thought I had four.
I thought I got five. But, yeah, you're good. Three is funny.
Yeah.
You know, like when you were experiencing it, did you feel like you were able to talk about it with people, or did it feel very like secret, like something people didn't want to talk about?
No, I was pretty much open about it.
Yeah.
Everybody knew.
Yeah. That's good that you felt like I feel like it's just a lot to carry.
I didn't have anything to hide.
I'm not saying that you should, but I do think I had an experience, so I can't, assume how people are feeling. But from what I've heard, it sounds like really felt a lot of women felt like it was something else to talk about.
Yeah. Well, I'm just thankful that there's the technology nowadays to get pregnant.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, some people want to do it naturally wait and wait and wait. And, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. But yet there are medical reasons why it's not happening. Just like any disease or sickness, there's treatment for that. Yeah. So I had two different whammies against me, with the endometriosis and the polycystic ovary. Yeah. And I needed a little bit of help. Yeah. And prayer.
Oh, well, I'm really grateful that you were able to do that. And now, we're just over. I love your kiddos.
Yeah, it's a little miracle.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for being open enough to share that story. Thanks so much for listening to this episode today, guys. And we'll talk to you again next week.
Thank you so much for tuning into another episode of Bloom with Tina and Kelsey. Your support truly means the world to us, and we're so grateful to have you as part of our blossoming community.
We hope you enjoyed this week's conversation and found inspiration in our discussions. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode. And if you love what you hear, please consider leaving us a review. Your feedback helps us grow and reach more listeners like you.
Join us next week for another exciting episode filled with insights, laughter, and growth. We can't wait to share it with you.
Keep blooming and see you soon.